Ladies and gentlemen, before your feet touch the floor, before the world can speak a single word into your day, you must speak life into your own. The way you begin your morning will write the script for how the hours unfold. If you begin with power, your day will move with purpose. If you begin with intention, the world will bend toward your vision. But if you wait, if you hesitate, if you let the noise in before the voice within, you risk giving your power away. Not today. Today you rise with clarity. You rise with determination. You rise not because you have to, but because you choose to. And that choice, that simple, profound decision to own your day, is where all greatness begins. Before the phone, before the emails, before the world places its demands on your attention, you must return to the center of your mind, the engine of all success. Your thoughts. There is a silent war happening every morning, a war between belief and doubt, between purpose and distraction, between faith and fear. You win that war the moment you decide who you are, not later, not someday, right now, in this moment. Your mind is a tool more powerful than any machine ever built, and yet it obeys only one master, the one who dares to direct it. Speak to yourself before the world speaks to you. Say, today I move with purpose. Today I think with clarity. Today I act with courage. I am no longer a prisoner of past mistakes, and I am not a slave to the opinions of others. I walk in the direction of my vision because I was born to lead it. You must say these things not once, not like a wish, but daily like a ritual, like the foundation of a fortress. Because what you tell yourself repeatedly, you eventually believe. And what you believe with conviction, you begin to manifest into the world around you. Let others wait for the right moment. You will create the moment. Let others hesitate in fear. You will act in faith. It is not motivation you lack, it is direction. Define it. You do not need to know all the steps, only the next one. Action fuels clarity. Momentum defeats fear. Take one bold step today. That email you've been avoiding, send it. That business you've been planning, start it. That difficult conversation you keep pushing off, have it. Progress rewards the bold. You are not here to live on repeat. You are here to build, to grow, to dominate the path that is yours and yours alone. There will be struggle. There will be doubt. But remember this, success does not come to the lucky. It comes to the intentional. The ones who wake up every day and say, my life is not controlled by chance. My future is not written in fear. My destiny is created, not inherited. You are not average. You are not ordinary. Stop acting like you are. You were not born to merely exist. You were born to influence, to create, to rise, to lead. Do not ask the day for permission. Take command of it. Be the reason someone else chooses to believe today. Be the example of what happens when a person refuses to settle. So begin your day with power. Begin it with focus. Begin it with a voice that says, I will not go quietly into comfort. I will not sleep through my calling. I will not live another day beneath my potential. No more waiting. No more wishing. No more watching. It's time. The world doesn't need another person who hesitates. It needs one more person who decides. And today that person is you. Start with definite purpose. Every morning offers a quiet yet powerful invitation to begin with purpose or to drift through habit. Most people wake up reacting to their alarms, to their schedules, to the stress already waiting for them. But you are not most people. You do not rise to follow, you rise to lead. And leadership begins not with authority over others, but with clarity within yourself. Before you do anything else, ask yourself, what am I working toward? Because without purpose, every action becomes noise. Every step becomes wandering. But when you begin your day with a definite purpose, you don't just move, you advance. You don't just live, you build. A person with a clear purpose is dangerous in the best way. Dangerous to excuses, dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to anything that tries to pull them back into a life they no longer accept. Purpose gives you eyes in the dark. It gives you direction when things are uncertain. It silences distractions because when you know what you want, everything else becomes secondary. You don't chase approval. You don't need permission. You're not hoping the world will hand you an opportunity. You've already decided to create it. Your purpose does not have to be complicated. It doesn't need to impress anyone. but it must be clear. It must be sharp enough to cut through doubt and strong enough to pull you out of bed when comfort tries to keep you there. And that kind of purpose is not found by scrolling through someone else's life. It's found by going deep within your own. By asking, honestly and fearlessly, what am I here to do? And what am I willing to do to make it real? That question will change the quality of your thoughts. And better thoughts lead to better decisions, better discipline, and ultimately a better life. When you know your purpose, you move differently. You don't get distracted by drama. You don't waste energy on things that don't serve your mission. You stop living in reaction and start living in creation. You begin your day not hoping it goes well, but deciding that it will, because you're bringing the fire of intention into it. You're not just showing up, you're taking over. You're no longer living by accident, you're living by design. Purpose is not just about goals, it's about identity. It's about waking up every morning and choosing who you are before the world tries to choose for you. So when you begin your day, do it with vision. Do it with intention. Do it with a commitment to becoming the kind of person your dreams require. Let others stumble into the day hoping it brings them something good. You bring purpose with you, and that changes everything. Command your mind before the world does. Every day the world will try to tell you who you are. It will offer opinions, judgments, distractions, and noise. If you don't take command of your mind the moment you wake up, the world will take command of it for you. It starts small, checking your phone, scanning notifications, comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. But small habits shape large outcomes, and the cost of surrendering your mind early in the day is high. Because once the world sets your emotional tone, your power slips through your fingers before you've even had a chance to use it. You were not born to react. You were born to decide. And the most important decision you make each morning isn't what you wear or what you eat. It's what you think. What you allow into your mind sets the thermostat for your day. If you begin with worry, everything will feel heavier. If you begin with negativity, obstacles will look bigger. But if you begin with mental discipline, choosing thoughts of clarity, strength, purpose, then nothing external can shake your internal foundation. You command your mind by deciding that you are the author of your inner world. You choose what gets in. You choose what stays. You choose the thoughts that build your future. This is not about pretending life is perfect. It's about recognizing that your mind is a tool, and like any tool, it must be sharpened and guided. You cannot allow outside forces, media, opinions, stress, gossip, to be the architects of your mindset. Take 5 minutes in the morning and go silent. Breathe with intention. Speak to yourself with focus. Remind yourself who you are and what you're building. This isn't spiritual fluff, it's mental warfare. You're training your brain to serve you, not sabotage you. You're rewiring your thinking to be proactive, not reactive. And when you do this every day, you begin to build the kind of mind that cannot be shaken by random circumstances. Commanding your mind is not a one-time decision. It is a daily discipline. Just like a captain takes the helm of a ship before setting sail, you must take the helm of your consciousness before stepping into the world. You don't wait to feel ready. You don't wait for the mood to be perfect. You lead yourself whether you feel like it or not. That's real power. That's mental maturity. You understand that emotions are temporary, but your vision is permanent. So you direct your thoughts not based on how you feel, but based on what you've chosen to become. Let others start their day in confusion. Let others chase distractions. You will lead your thoughts the same way a general leads an army, with focus, with certainty, with authority. Because when your mind is under your command, your life follows suit. Feed your mind with faith, not fear. Your mind is the most fertile ground you will ever possess. Whatever you plant in it, faith or fear, confidence or doubt, will grow whether you're conscious of it or not. Every day you are feeding your mind something, and the quality of that input determines the quality of your decisions, your actions, your habits, and ultimately your life. If you wake up and feed your mind fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of what might go wrong, then fear will shape your path. You'll hesitate when you should act. You'll overthink when you should move. You'll shrink when you should rise. But if you choose instead to feed your mind faith, faith in your ability, faith in your vision, faith in the unseen progress you're making, then faith becomes your fuel. Fear is loud. It will scream all the reasons something might not work. It will exaggerate risks and minimize your strengths. But fear is not truth. It is a distorted lens. It's based on survival, not success. Fear wants you to stay the same because it believes safety is more important than progress. But faith believes in growth. Faith sees opportunity where others see obstacles. Faith knows that even if the road is uncertain, your feet will find the way. That's why you must choose, every single morning, to feed your mind with thoughts that build you rather than break you. It's not enough to hope you'll be positive today. You must be deliberate. You must speak words that align with the life you're creating. Tell yourself, I am capable. I am resilient. I am becoming better every day. I may not have all the answers, but I trust myself to learn and grow. These aren't empty affirmations. They are mental blueprints. Your brain doesn't argue with the thoughts you repeat often. It accepts them and starts working to make them real. Feed it fear, and it will build walls. Feed it faith, and it will build doors. Understand this. Both fear and faith require you to believe in something you can't see. Fear believes in the worst. Faith believes in the best. Which one you feed is entirely up to you. And you do it with your focus, your attention, and your internal dialogue. The world is full of fear. You don't need more of it. You need a mind strong enough to believe in progress even when things look uncertain. You need a mind that says, yes, challenges are real, but so is my strength. Yes, setbacks happen, but so do comebacks. Yes, the journey is long, but I am built to finish it. You don't eliminate fear by pretending it doesn't exist. You eliminate it by overpowering it with faith, by taking action despite it, by building a mind that leans into possibility instead of retreating into comfort. When you feed your mind faith, you begin to notice opportunities that were invisible before. You speak with more confidence. You carry yourself with more conviction. You attract better decisions, better energy, better outcomes, not by luck, but by the power of belief. So feed your mind wisely. What you consume mentally matters just as much as what you consume physically. Protect your thoughts like you protect your health. Choose books, voices, and content that lift you higher. Surround yourself with belief, not blind optimism, but grounded, disciplined, unshakable faith in what you can build when you refuse to let fear lead. Your life will follow the strongest voice in your head. Make sure it's the one rooted in faith. Visualize the life you desire as if it's already yours. Your mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It responds to what you show it with intensity, repetition, and emotion. That's why visualization is not some vague motivational technique. It's a tool for rewiring your belief system. When you visualize the life you desire as if it's already yours, you create a mental experience so vivid, so detailed, so emotionally charged that your brain begins to accept it as a possibility. The more clearly you can see it, the more naturally you begin to move toward it. Your actions start to align with the vision. Your habits begin to serve the outcome. Your mindset becomes a magnet for the life you're building. Not someday, but now. Most people wait for results before they believe. They wait for evidence before they commit. That's why they stay stuck. They're trying to build a fire without first striking a spark. But when you visualize with conviction, you flip the process. You believe first. You see first. And from that belief, the results begin to form. You don't wait for permission to feel successful. You feel it now. You walk, speak, and carry yourself like the person who already lives the life you're creating. Not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. Because when you mentally live in the future you desire, your present actions begin to reflect that standard. Visualization works because it conditions your nervous system. It creates a mental rehearsal for success. Just like an athlete imagines making the shot before taking it, you imagine closing the deal, launching the business, transforming your body, living your purpose. And with each repetition, the fear fades, the resistance weakens, and your identity begins to rise. You no longer see your dream as a distant hope. You see it as your natural next step. But you must go beyond vague daydreaming. Don't just say you want success. See what that success looks like in detail. Where do you live? How do you feel when you wake up? What kind of people surround you? What work fills your days? What does freedom look like for you? Bring those images to life in your mind every morning. Let your imagination become the blueprint, the training ground, the fuel. And don't just see it, feel it. Feel the pride. Feel the peace. Feel the power of having stepped fully into who you were meant to be. That feeling is what transforms a wish into a plan. Your current reality may be far from your vision, but that doesn't matter. Your job is not to match your vision to your current circumstances. Your job is to hold your vision so powerfully that your circumstances begin to change in response. That's what leaders do. They create in the mind first, and from there they act with purpose. They act as though it's already theirs, not with ego, but with certainty. So take a few moments every day to visualize the life you're building. Close your eyes and step into it. Speak it out loud if you have to. Write it down if it makes it clearer. You're not lying to yourself. You're leading yourself. Because nothing changes until you change what you see. And when you consistently visualize a greater future, you begin to attract the thoughts, actions, and opportunities that make that future real. The world doesn't give you what you hope for. It responds to who you believe you are. And when your belief is rooted in vision, nothing can stop you from becoming it. Take decisive action. No matter how small, nothing in your life changes until you move. No matter how clear your goals are, how powerful your vision is, or how deeply you believe in your potential, transformation only begins with action. Thinking is important, planning is useful, but only action creates results, and not just massive world-shifting actions. Often, it's the smallest steps taken with conviction that create the biggest impact over time. Waiting for the perfect moment is the lie that keeps most people stuck. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until the fear is gone. They wait until the stars align. But the truth is, clarity comes through movement, not in stillness. Confidence is earned through action, not contemplation. If you want momentum, you must move. Today, right now, with whatever you have, from wherever you are. One small, decisive action holds more power than 100 perfect intentions. You don't need to conquer the entire mountain this morning. You only need to take one bold step, make the call, send the message, write the page, start the workout, study the subject, one step. That's how dreams become reality. You act, you learn, you adjust, you keep going. But you do not wait. Because the longer you wait, the heavier the fear becomes. The longer you hesitate, the stronger doubt grows. Action breaks that cycle. It tells your mind, I am not here to watch. I am here to build. Taking decisive action isn't about having all the answers. It's about having enough courage to move forward even when you don't. You won't always feel ready. You won't always feel motivated. But if you let your emotions decide your level of effort, you'll live in constant limitation. Decisive people act not because they feel brave, but because they understand that progress requires movement. They've trained themselves to value growth over comfort. And when you commit to action, even when it's uncomfortable, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than your mind wants to admit. Every time you take action, you reinforce a new identity. You stop being a person who hesitates and start becoming someone who executes. That shift builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Suddenly, things that used to intimidate you become normal. Challenges that once looked massive start to shrink in the rearview mirror. Why? Because you didn't stay frozen, you moved. And through movement, you gained experience. Through experience, you gained wisdom. Through wisdom, you gained power. Even if your step is small, even if it feels insignificant, it still matters. Every strong structure was built brick by brick. Every success story was shaped one decision at a time. Your breakthrough won't come from waiting for lightning to strike. It will come from showing up, doing the work, and refusing to quit. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need to act. And once you do, act again. Because motion creates clarity, and clarity leads to the next step. So take that action today. Take it boldly. Take it without waiting for applause or approval. You're not doing this to impress anyone. You're doing it to build the life you know you're meant for. One step. That's how it all begins. And if you keep taking steps, no matter how small, there will come a day when you look back in awe at how far you've come. Not because you were the fastest, the smartest, or the luckiest, but because you had the courage to act when it mattered most. Speak power into your day. The words you speak shape the reality you live. Every morning, before the world has a chance to tell you who you are, before doubt has the chance to whisper its excuses, before fear gets a grip on your mind, you must speak power into your day, not softly, not hesitantly. Speak with authority. Speak with clarity. Speak with belief, even if your circumstances haven't yet caught up. Your voice is not just sound. It is the spark that ignites action, the trigger that awakens your mindset, the declaration that you are not waiting for life to happen. You are creating it. When you speak power into your day, you are not pretending everything is perfect. You are acknowledging your ability to rise in spite of imperfection. You are claiming responsibility for your energy, your focus, your actions. Too many people wake up passive, saying things like, "I hope today goes well," or "let's see what happens." That language invites uncertainty. It invites chaos. It puts your destiny in the hands of chance. But the moment you say, "Today I will lead," "Today I will grow," "Today I will give my best and expect the best," you've already shifted your mindset from surviving to thriving. Words carry energy, and repeated words create identity. If you constantly speak about being tired, broke, unmotivated, or unlucky, you reinforce those conditions. But when you speak life, strength, and purpose into yourself, you elevate your mind to match that energy. This isn't about empty hype. This is about aligning your internal dialogue with the person you are becoming. Because your subconscious is always listening, and it will believe whatever it hears often enough. Start your day with power statements. Look in the mirror and speak directly to the person staring back at you. Say things that declare who you are and who you are becoming. I am focused. I am disciplined. I am driven. I am not who I was yesterday. I am better. Let those words feel uncomfortable if they need to. Let them stretch your current belief. Because growth always begins with language that feels just beyond where you are. You are not just speaking to hype yourself up. You are programming your mind to expect more, to aim higher, to fight harder. Speaking power into your day is not a one-time performance. It is a ritual, a discipline, a habit that compounds. Some days your voice may be quiet. Some days you may feel off track. But you speak power anyway, because your words don't just reflect your world, they help build it. You don't need perfect conditions to declare your power. You don't need approval to speak strength. What you need is a decision to stop repeating language that drains you and to start declaring words that elevate you. When you begin your day with powerful language, everything changes. Your posture changes. Your presence changes. The way you handle setbacks changes. The way others respond to you changes. You create a standard for how your day will unfold, not because you control everything, but because you've chosen to control yourself. And self-control begins with self-talk. So speak power into your morning, not just once, not just when you feel good. Do it daily. Do it when it's hard. Do it when it's easy. Do it when no one's watching. The more you speak it, the more you believe it. The more you believe it, the more you live it. And once you start living it, the world begins to respond not to who you were, but to the force you've become. Each day you wake up, you're given a fresh canvas, untouched, unwritten, and entirely yours to shape. How you begin your day determines how you live your life. Begin it with purpose. Begin it with control over your mind. Begin it with faith that overpowers fear. Begin it by seeing the life you desire and stepping into that vision with confidence. Begin it by acting, no matter how small the step, and by speaking words that elevate your spirit and command your energy. These are not random habits. They are daily disciplines that shape your identity, fuel your progress, and build a life of intention rather than chance. You are not a passive observer in your life. You are the architect, the author, the leader. You are not here to wait. You are here to create. No matter what challenges lie ahead, you now know how to meet them, with clarity, with courage, and with consistency. And remember this, success doesn't begin when the world notices you. It begins in the quiet moments when you decide who you are, what you want, and how you will rise, again and again. So as you step into today, do it with the energy of someone who is already living the life they once only imagined. Don't wait for the day to give you direction. Bring your direction into the day. Walk with certainty. Speak with strength. Think with purpose. And act with faith. This is your time. This is your morning. Begin it with power. Begin it with intent. Begin it as the person you were always meant to become.